Hey guys! In this video, we will look back at the dominant anime from each year between 2000 and 2024. Of course, this includes my personal judgment. If the anime I mentioned doesn't match the ones you consider to be the dominant ones, feel free to let me know in the comments. 2000. The works from this year are actually not that many that I'm familiar with. Back in the early years, each season had only about 10 or so anime, and there weren't many famous series. But even in such an environment, there was one anime that stood out. That was Love Hina, which tells the story of a college student, Kaitaro, who becomes the landlord at a guest house run by his grandmother, where he interacts with a group of female tenants, leading to a series of romantic comedic events. This was the first true slice-of-life harem anime, and it can be considered the ancestor of all future slice-of-life harem series. Whether in terms of popularity or influence on this genre, it's definitely a standout work from this year. 2001. For this year, my pick is Hikaru no Go. One day, the main character, Hikaru Shindo, accidentally finds an old Go board and encounters the spirit of an ancient genius Go player, Sai. Under Sai's request, Hikaru begins to play Go at a Go club. With the help of a genius player, he starts winning, but inadvertently defeats the son of a top professional player. And thus, his destiny begins to change. This anime is not only exciting in its plot, but it also showcases the growth of various characters chasing their dreams. It's one of the works I've rewatched many times. 2002. For this year, I choose Ghost in the Shell. In the cyberpunk genre, this is probably the best work. The world of this anime is highly developed with networked information, where human organs can be replaced with mechanical prosthetics. This leads to a rise in new types of crime. The story follows Motoko Kusanagi, a member of a secret special police force, Section 9, as she carries out various missions to capture criminals. The plot is episodic, with a main storyline running through it. Both the side stories and the main plot are compelling, with many thought-provoking moments. As the dominant anime of 2002, it fully deserves the title. 2003. For this year, I choose Full Metal Alchemist. The story takes place in a world where alchemy, a magical power, exists. By adhering to the principle of equivalent exchange, one can decompose and recombine materials to create whatever is needed and use alchemy for combat. One can create weapons with it, or even control fire and earth. But using alchemy on the human body is forbidden. The young protagonist, Edward, and his brother Alphonse break this taboo in an attempt to bring their deceased mother back to life. As a result, Edward loses an arm and Alphonse loses his entire body. In desperation, Edward uses alchemy to bind Alphonse's soul to a suit of armor. Following this, the two brothers embark on a journey to find the Philosopher's Stone to restore their bodies. Along the way, they encounter a series of adventures and people. This is one of my favorite anime, and it's ranked number 1 on various lists. For the dominant anime of 2003, it's undoubtedly this one. 2004. For this year, I select Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha. This should be considered one of the most orthodox and memorable magical girl anime of the early years. The story follows a third-grade girl, Nanoha, who accidentally meets a ferret named Yuno from another world. Through a series of coincidences, she becomes a magical girl and joins the Time-Space Administration Bureau to retrieve the jewel seeds and protect the peace of the world. The story is solid, and it's neither dark nor overly comforting, just a well-balanced, memorable work. 2005. This year has many excellent works, including light novel adaptations like Shakugan no Shana, and masterpieces like Strawberry 100% and Tsubasa Chronicle. But for the dominant work of the year, I ultimately choose Hell Girl. This is an episodic anime, with each episode telling a different story. In urban legends, there is a mysterious website called Hell Correspondence, which can only be accessed at midnight. If you write the name of someone you hate there, the Hell Girl will accept the request and send that person to hell. But the cost is that your soul will also go to hell after you die. This anime tells the stories of Hell Girl, Ai Enma, who handles these human requests. From adults to children, from friendship to love to family ties, various reasons lead to hatred. Through each story, we see different facets of life, with many episodes providing deep insights into human nature. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. 2006. 2006 was a year of intense competition in the anime world. Code Geass, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Death Note, Nana, Fate, Stay Night, Katekyo Hitman Reborn, D. Greyman, Gintama, Higurashi When They Cry, and Zero no Tsukaima. All of these were released in 2006. After much deliberation, I decided to give my vote to Death Note. The story follows a university student, Light Yagami, who stumbles upon a death god's notebook that allows him to kill anyone by writing their name in it. With a strong sense of justice, he decides to use the notebook to punish criminals, even those in prison. As a result, a lot of criminals start dying, catching the attention of the police. They recruit a brilliant detective named L to investigate, leading to a psychological battle full of deception and cunning. For someone like me who was used to watching action-packed adventure and sports anime at the time, this was a huge shock. Although I also loved Code Geass and Fate Stay Night, Death Note made an even greater impact on me back then. 2007. While 2007 also had some classic works, it wasn't as intense as the Battle of Gods in 2006. Among them, the most noteworthy is undoubtedly Clannad. It's an anime that's hard to sum up in just a few words. What makes it unique is that it uses a school romance story to explore much broader themes. While school romance anime are not rare, Clannad doesn't stop at the surface level of youth and love. It delves into various stages of life, from the confusion and struggles of student life to the pressures and responsibilities of adulthood, and then to the joys and sorrows of starting a family. Even the farewells and growth that come with life's challenges are explored. The anime presents the full picture of life, from young love to adulthood, in a delicate manner, and almost every viewer can find something that resonates with their own life in it. What makes Clannad so touching is not only its emotional portrayal, but also the balance it finds between these emotions. While it shows suffering and parting, it also offers warmth and hope. It doesn't dwell on sadness like some works. Instead, it elevates each emotion, helping viewers understand that every tear and smile in life contributes to a rich life story. It's a work that deserves to be savored. 2008. For 2008, my pick is Natsume's Book of Friends, Natsume Yujinchu. The story follows a boy, Natsume, who inherits a book of friends from his grandmother. This book contains contracts made with various spirits. Natsume decides to return the names of the spirits in the book, setting them free. This leads to a series of warm, healing, and interesting stories. This is my favorite in the slice-of-life healing type of spirit anime. The series has released 6 seasons in total, and if you enjoy stories about spirits, this is definitely a must-watch. 2009. For 2009, I voted for Bakemonogatari. This anime tells the story of spirits and the supernatural with a unique style. Unlike warm or action-packed shows, it adopts a fantastical approach to narrate the series of supernatural events involving the protagonist and his friends. While the plot itself is simple, the characters are well-drawn and distinctive. The visual style is also very unique, with frequent changes between text, graphics, and visuals. The fast-paced, chatter-heavy narrative style creates an unexpected spark. Moreover, Bakemonogatari became one of the best-selling anime DVDs of the 21st century, second only to Neon Genesis Evangelion, and holds the record for the highest sales in the 21st century. Additionally, this work gave birth to many great songs like Koi no Uta, Renai Circulation, and Platinum Disco. If you haven't watched it yet, I recommend giving it a try and see if it resonates with you. 2010. For 2010, my pick is Manga Dreamer, Bakuman. This anime follows the story of 2 high school students, Moritaka Mashiro and Akito Takagi, who become a manga duo and strive to make it in the manga industry. Although it's about working life, it's surprisingly full of energy and inspiring elements, and it will reignite your courage to chase your dreams. It also doesn't forget to remind you about the relationship between talent and hard work, as well as the harsh realities of life. Despite this, the protagonists continue to push forward. It's a work full of positive energy, and if you love manga, you'll also learn a lot about the manga industry. The creators Takeshi Obata and Tsugumi Ohba were a real-life manga duo, and much of the story reflects their own experiences, making it feel especially authentic. 2011. Before 2011, people often thought of magical girls as those who protect love and peace. But when Puella Magi Madoka Magica came out in 2011, this definition changed subtly. The magical girl profession quickly became a high-risk job. The initial marketing of the show even described it as a relatively plain anime, but as the story unfolded, its dark side gradually revealed itself, and the plot began to attract a large audience. In the story, magical girls are deceived by a cosmic being named Kaiyube, leading to a tale of hope and redemption. The narrative, pacing, music, visuals, and character development are all exceptional, and it's a show that can bring tears to your eyes. This might be one of the most awarded anime of the 21st century, and it's the only anime to win all three of Japan's major animation awards: the Kobe Animation Award, the Japan Media Arts Festival Award, and the Tokyo Anime Award. If you haven't seen Puella Magi Madoka Magica yet, don't be misled by the title, it's definitely worth watching. 2012. For 2012, the anime of the year is Sword Art Online. While its plot may not be the most outstanding, it is undoubtedly one of the most influential and popular anime of that year. At least the first season was exceptionally well made, both in terms of production and story. It sparked a wave of interest in MMORPG-themed anime, and its adventure set in a virtual world remains memorable to this day. The anime raised many interesting ideas about virtual games, especially in terms of artificial souls and artificial intelligence, inspiring a beautiful fantasy about the future development of technology. Back then, this anime was truly the height of trendiness. 2013. In 2013, besides well-known works like Towaru Kagaku no Railgun, Oremo, and Towaru Majutsu no Index, there was one anime that almost overshadowed everything else: Attack on Titan. This series not only sparked a nationwide giant craze, but also had a massive impact on the anime industry. Although the first season had some minor production issues, its story, music, visuals, and emotional depth made it a true classic. As the following seasons progressed, the quality of the series improved, and the themes evolved. From initially fighting for freedom, the story deepened into discussions about humanity, growth, anti-war sentiments, and racial discrimination. Attack on Titan is destined to be a classic in anime history. 2014. In 2014, Tokyo Ghoul followed the dark, brutal wave created by Attack on Titan and gained a lot of popularity. Meanwhile, in the romantic comedy genre, works like The Irregular at Magic High School and Love Stage stood out. However, if I had to choose the anime of the year, I'd still go with Haikyuu. This is a very traditional yet vibrant sports anime about a protagonist who joins the volleyball club and competes in national tournaments. Although this theme is quite common, Haikyuu managed to impress with its solid plot and character growth, successfully conveying the spirit of passion and hard work. If you're interested in sports-themed anime, this one is a must-watch. 2015. The anime of 2015 is undoubtedly One Punch Man. The story follows a group of superhuman protagonists who suddenly gain invincible powers and become bald, embarking on a series of comedic and action-packed adventures. Unlike most superhero anime, One Punch Man leans more toward comedy, with the main character being a hero who solves problems casually as a hobby. The real focus is on the side characters' stories. While the formula at times serves as satire, the animation remains stunning, especially in the 5th episode's fight scene and the final Boros battle, which are definitely worth mentioning. Whether in terms of animation or plot progression, One Punch Man gave the audience a huge visual and emotional impact. 2016. When it comes to the anime of 2016, it's hard to overlook Re:Zero starting life in another world. This anime successfully combines the themes of time loop and isekai, another world. The protagonist, Subaru Natsuki, is transported to another world and gains the ability to reset after death, facing trials and adventures through his repeated deaths and resurrections. The fresh approach to this concept captured viewers' attention, and the distinct female characters in the show attracted a lot of fans. Although the mid-story received some controversy, it still remains one of the highest-ranking isekai anime of all time. The second season enriched the character development and emotional depth, making the entire series even more compelling. 2017. 2017 didn't have any particularly standout breakout anime, but there were still plenty of great works. Slice-of-life comedy shows like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid were worth watching, and thought-provoking works like Land of the Lustrous also had significant appeal. If I had to choose the best of the year, I'd pick Land of the Lustrous, Hosuki no Kuni. This anime, set in a world where various gemstones are personified, follows the protagonist's growth as they battle enemies and uncover the mysteries of their world. The story is tight and the characters are engaging, making it one of the most popular anime of the year. 2018. 2018 had many high-quality works like Violet Evergarden, which was deeply moving, and Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, which was very popular. However, if I had to pick the anime of the year, I would recommend Cells at Work. This anime explains human biology through the daily lives of cells. It's both fun and educational, covering disease causes, principles, and prevention methods. Not only was it well produced, but it also gained widespread attention and popularity, even airing on TV and receiving praise from the public. It successfully broke out of the anime niche and became an ambassador for the anime industry, reaching a broader mainstream audience. 2019. 2019 had no controversies, with excellent works being widely praised, such as Attack on Titan Season 3, the lesser-known The Rising of the Shield Hero, and the peak romance anime of recent years, Kaguya-sama: Love is War. But the undeniable anime of the year was Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. From its mid-season surge to the iconic 19th episode, it exploded in the anime world, becoming the dominant work of the year. The quality of both the original manga and the animation was outstanding, with the animation team delivering extraordinary performance, making it a near-national anime. The manga's sales set records, and the movie's box office broke 30 billion yen, surpassing Spirited Away, making it one of the most influential anime of recent years. 2020. In 2020, Jujutsu Kaisen emerged as the anime of the year. It follows the protagonist Yuji Itadori, who consumes a cursed object and becomes a powerful sorcerer. The anime features not only stunning animation and fight scenes, but also deeply emotional character development. Although its plot shares some similarities with Demon Slayer, it stands out with its unique expressive style and pacing, making it one of the most popular works of 2020. 2021. The anime of 2021 is undoubtedly Jobless Reincarnation. I will seriously try if I go to another world. This is a typical isekai, another world anime, with a complete narrative that deeply explores the protagonist's life. From his failure and confusion in modern society to his growth and adventures, after reincarnation, the emotional changes in the story are rich and complex. By comparing himself with his past life, the protagonist reflects, adjusts, and gradually learns to take responsibility and live independently. Every character in the anime has a distinct personality, and even the side characters leave a lasting impression. The animation quality is excellent, with smooth action scenes, especially during magical battles. As the plot progresses, the pacing is perfectly handled, making it a rare gem of 2021. 2022. A family-friendly comedy, Spy X Family, was the standout of 2022. Spy X Family is a lighthearted, daily life-focused comedy set in a world where countries are secretly engaged in intense espionage. The elite spy, codenamed Twilight, adopts a telepathic girl and, with fellow spy Yor, pretends to be a family to complete his mission. Though their relationship starts as a facade, over time they develop real affection and trust for each other. This is one of the few recent works that crosses age boundaries, offering warmth and laughter to all audiences. 2023. The anime I loved most in 2023 was Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. This anime tells the story of Frieren, an elven mage who, after completing her journey to defeat the Demon King with her companions, is left to face the passage of time and the emptiness that comes with it. As she embarks on a journey with a young adventurer, Himmel, she begins to understand the true meaning of human emotions and life itself. The series is poetic, with stunning visuals, a moving soundtrack, and deeply developed characters. The slow pace of the story allows each detail to resonate with the viewer, providing an introspective experience that makes this show an unexpected masterpiece of 2023. It's truly the dark horse of the year. 2024. For 2024, I'm choosing Too Many Losing Heroines as the anime of the year. This is a unique and refreshing take on the youth romance genre. The story follows the protagonist, who starts as an observer of the failed love stories of various losing heroines. As the series progresses, he gradually gets involved in their lives and helps them navigate their own romantic struggles. What sets this anime apart is the protagonist's role as a bystander, providing a new perspective on romance. The storytelling approach is unconventional, and it offers a captivating look at the complexities of love, growth, and self-discovery. The fresh narrative style truly surprised me, making it the standout work of 2024. That's it for today's review. Don't forget to like, favorite, and share. See you in the next one.